Whenever we're meeting to talk about the schematic design concepts, I'm always a little bit nervous because, you always have a favorite scheme. And of course, you want to remain unbiased, but you want them to pick your favorite scheme, right? But things are going to change. And actually, the best clients are the ones that provide creative friction. So, that's part of the process. Things change because of your collaboration. And so, I don't know, I always actually kind of look forward to that, to see what ideas they're going to bring too. So, learning to adapt, all part of the process. What do they say? Strong ideas loosely held. So, yeah, this should be fun. Okay, let's go. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Now, I don't want to show up to the meeting with anything solved necessarily. That's why I have monochromatic SketchUp models. Models are loose. I'm not defining what the materials are. The materials could be anything, but that's going to come as a result of our collaboration and our dialogue. Like, these are things it could be, and then we decide the should be together. The idea is that we're just sitting all at the same side of the table and we're working through the design problems and challenges together. What this concept does is it kind of creates this cruciform shape, and you'll see that kind of present in each one of these, where the spaces start to pinwheel about that cruciform shape. I've chosen the shed just because, we've been talking about maybe a more modern expression. I think a shed has places both in vernacular building typology and also modern buildings, and it also helps to orient to views. You can capture light, so we can build clerestories. There's all these opportunities for shaping space and collecting light. So, for example, in this particular plan, this is, say, the garage piece. When you face that south, that's bouncing light into a protected courtyard here. So if this is in the lee of those strong winds that are facing this direction, this creates a nice outdoor space when the wind is blowing off the water. To manipulate these very simple volumes around that creates complexity from its orientation to the site.
Nice, I like it.
This then feels like this solid element, and it feels like it's in the right spot because it's facing north. Right?
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
no reason to have it anywhere else.
Sure. This one doesn't give you a lot of ocean view. You're really facing more to the south.
Okay, so let's go to this one.
Oh.
Okay, so this tightens it up. So now we're kind of splitting. Instead of having it all just splay out this way, now we're kind of making an L-shaped form.
Yeah.
So let's look at this here.
We walk through each scheme conceptually and quite literally room by room in the floor plans and models. And we quickly settle on one that seems to be the favorite, except for one important omission.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's the screened-in porch?
Okay, there isn't a screened-in porch, and I must have
Get out there today.
I must have missed that in the program.
We have,
Oh, you got to have a screened-in porch.
but it seems like it's a need or something
Okay.
at least.
It would be really nice, yeah.
Sure.
You
Do you have a
still
screened-in porch at home?
I don't.
You
No.
don't?
Do you wish you would
Do you-
have
what do
had
you-
one?
This
sometime?
this kind of 4 weeks between black fly and mosquito
That's when you
season.
want it. It's
That's
just
when I
the
want
4
it.
weeks.
But what I don't like about screen porches, this is one of the negatives, is that you are always looking through them
Yeah.
somehow. And like if we were to make this into a screen porch, the inner sanctum here is darker
Sure.
because of this.
Yes,
So I think
yes.
it's a trade-off. And
Well,
Good way
then,
to see it.
there's another way to do it. If you can create that your living space can be sort of like a screen-in porch, if you have enough sliding door, perhaps, or sliding or opening windows, where you have enough screen and airflow where you actually feel like you're outdoors without being outdoors.
Yeah. But that's not the same as being on a screening porch.
Not quite, but again, compromise is important.
We could have a screening gazebo or something. Was
Well,
that crazy or something
no,
like
I
that
would-
somewhere?
So that was one suggestion I was going to make, is that if you consider the screen porch to be a destination, one of the solutions that I've done in the past is design them to be a freestanding sort of pod. And that's something that
And we'll show you on one of these ledges. You just you go down about 25 feet, and you've got your own destination space on a ledge
You wanna
that
do it
is
on the
closer
ledge,
to the
I
ocean.
like-
That would really be
Are
ideal.
you talking about where we went down and he had the burn pile?
Right, but that can be designed in a way where it's going to be, protected and serve as a screen. That could very well solve our screen.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
a cool
different,
idea.
Yeah, it
I
is
mean-
very cool, yeah.
I would totally do that. Keep the structure overall in line with your other design elements.
You wouldn't see it from the house unless you were
I know.
way up.
We'll show you when we get out there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that seems awfully close to me. I still say, I think
Close to what? The house or the
the
ocean?
water and everything, but
It's
yeah,
still
the
high
wind and
enough
the
up. It would
water.
take a beating during the winter, but you can close it up. Screen and porches, you can have just elements that these so sort of boarded up, or you can do the same idea that he's created on the house here, where it's a sliding door.
That'd be ugly for anyone to see.
What would be ugly?
Boarded up gazebo
Oh,
on the
skip the
side of
boarding
the
up
cliff.
then, is what you're saying.
I don't know. It's got. You think about that, though. I do. Anyway. I don't know.
Canvas, you could do canvas,
Oh yeah,
like a
roll it up.
sailcloth or something cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that could work. Anyway.
Monsoon.
I think that could solve our screened-in porches just a few feet down here.
Oh, okay.
Because
So
where
you're
would,
cool.
like, if we were looking at this, where would you guys put it? As
Exactly, that's a problem.
So I mean, it could go here, right? But then it's
See, it's very different though. I just want. Can I just think it out loud a little bit?
yeah.
I'm
you
thinking
should.
about the way it acts at home now and how we use it, and how we did even before this. We eat in it. We do all that sort of things. I'm not going to be hauling our meals down there, and you know that you wouldn't either. So that won't behave in the same way. So where would we eat? And
Would it be here? Like
if we were
facing
going to,
north,
you know
or
what I
wanna-
mean? Do you want to have it connected? And that's something you're kind of giving up in the way of. You could do things.
Well, we
in a way.
back up a little bit. I don't think we have enough experience up here to know really whether you need a screen-in porch
Oh,
other than
okay.
for that, as Eric's pointed
Well, I
out, that
agree.
1 month of mosquito craziness.
We've
But
been saying lots of people don't have them.
back home, we have, we tend to have bugs pretty much almost year-round, except in the dead middle of winter. Up here, are they here just for a month roughly, give or take a little, and then it's
Oh, it's
not
bad.
a problem?
It's bad, but they're here. I mean, yeah, they're here year round. So I mean, until it
They're
gets
just that's
frosty.
that one bad time.
But it's bad. Like, and you have come on perhaps the worst year in maybe 20 years.
It's 'cause
Like,
it's been wet, right?
if you talk to all the old timers, they said
Right.
they've never seen it this bad. So
Oh.
it's quite bad. But I get the idea that a screen porch is a destination. It's a nice place to go. In a small plan, I think we want to talk about ways for spaces to do double duty.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that's what this idea, open this up to, using screens to do that. Cool. But I get the
that would
idea
work.
that it's not the same as
No.
a screen porch. Definitely not the same. Like if I were looking at this for a screen porch, like this would be awesome screen porch.
It
Yeah, I
would
was
be.
going to say over there where the guy.
Mhm.
That's the only place I can think of.
I could also see it being here because it looks out. I mean, it's got a northern aspect. It doesn't have any view.
Yeah.
That's the bummer
We wouldn't
about
do
it.
You'd want
Um,
to go where the view is.
So if you want it where the view is, then you're looking at over here, right? And that is,
That's prime territory.
and that you're going to be looking through that unless it's a more solid.
And that's what it would do is just like it does at home.
It could be here. I mean, it could go at the end of this.
Mhm.
Portion.
But when you're out there and you really want good, clear viewing, a screened-in porch does block it. All right, well, carry on, Eric.
Okay.
This is great.
I
These
love
are
it.
really great.
Okay, cool.
Staking out the design full scale on site helps us to set it in the context. It makes it real. And it also presents some new options to tweak and improve it.
I'm just wondering if it needs to slip this way because the garage. I mean, and we can
work in there.
and we could tilt it like that.
I think that's fine.
Definitely shift it
We
over.
definitely shifted it.
Yeah,
over.
it's definitely down
Yeah.
beyond here. It's, if this is the end of the master,
Right.
it's aligned. This face is aligned here.
Yeah.
So you're
you'd really be arriving, because remember this.
So we'd
this
be
entry,
looking out in the space between.
Oh,
We'd be
I'm
looking towards.
sorry. I
the,
totally
So
misunderstood.
this is way over here.
Yeah, it's confusing because we've definitely tweaked the plan.
Yeah.
That was a big tweak.
I think the design got a lot of things right, but when we got out to the site, what we realized was in this whole area that we were creating, this protected courtyard here, this area had this beautiful granite whales back and this glade of spruce trees, and at this corner there was a giant granite boulder that was apparent. It just, this courtyard was too constrained by all these beautiful site features. So all we did was sort of push this barn piece down the hill, and we made the entry court more like shaped like this. So you can see in this updated model here, this is the granite whales back, that's that giant boulder. All we did was slip this garage piece downhill, and then we actually tipped the roof that way so we could use it for solar panels. So by doing this, we're shifting the entry courtyard now to be bound on the north and the east by the house, and that kind of filters your experience of the water view. And on the west and the south by the organic edge of the site, and this entry will be reshaped to conform to this erratic that we discovered.
Yeah, and I like the idea. This could be notching around this big stone up there. This makes so much sense, though. For this
It feels good here.
It does.
When we walk it.
It's kind of nice that
Oh, I love
that's the bounding edge of this.
I think it's awesome.
Like it feels really knit to this spot.
And these are among the most gratifying moments for me as an architect. Walking the site, listening, reacting, and revising. There's that moment when an idea takes root and it's no longer just an abstract notion. It starts to germinate new ideas.
Happens.
And it's all fleeting, really, because soon enough all the talk and the lines on the page, they become real places, like screen porches.